This is a 9-volt battery, and this is my tongue. My journey into electronics began with a weird and frankly questionable first step. I have absolutely zero experience with circuits. I don't know what a resistor does, what a capacitor is, or why you're not supposed to lick a battery. But I'm trying to teach myself with this famous guidebook, Make Electronics. Look, I gotta be honest with you. The inside of my phone, my laptop, or even this camera, it's all complete magic to me. I'm a high school dropout, and my math skills aren't exactly something to write home about. Like, we're living in a world with all these tiny, invisible forces, and I just don't get any of it. It feels like being illiterate in a world full of books. I've always been intimidated by learning electronics. It just seems like a secret club for geniuses who speak in a language of volts and ohms and other stuff, but I'm tired of being on the outside and I want in on the secret. This isn't actually my first attempt. I saw Practical Electronics for Inventors recommended online, so I bought it, opened it up, started reading, but my brain just kind of shut down. I tried to push through it, but I got really overwhelmed until I saw this YouTube video where someone explained,
if you start out with this book knowing nothing of electronics, you'll give up. So the absolute first book I would buy.
Apparently it is a legendary book for beginners because it throws you right into building things instead of drowning in all the theory. The whole philosophy of the book is burn things out, mess things up, that's how you learn. And I'm feeling like I'm going to be doing a lot of messing up. So experiment 1 is taste the power. So apparently
watch the news.
He wants me to lick a battery. So this book is not kidding. It literally says, and I quote,
moisten your tongue and touch the tip of it with the metal terminals on a 9-volt battery.
Okay, I have a 9-volt battery, moistening my tongue. Okay, here we go. I just feel so weird doing this. Whoa. That was weird. For some reason, I didn't really go in depth here, but it just felt very weird. Like, it felt like it kind of like grabbed my tongue is the best way to put it. I don't know, very odd. Okay, so now he wants me to unmoisten my tongue by drying it with a paper towel or something, so. Okay. Not as bad of a tingle. Apparently there's people who have emailed him saying that they never had a tickle. And so he said you can put a pinch of salt in a few ounces of water and moisten your tongue with it. Thankfully, I did not have to do that. So what was the point of licking a battery? I'm not going to explain everything in detail in this experiment, so I encourage you to buy the book if you'd like to learn more, but here's what I learned from this. By licking the battery, it helps us answer the question, what is resistance? Basically, every substance in the world has some sort of resistance, so let's take a typical wire as an example. The copper inside has a resistance, but so does the plastic material around it. The difference is the amount of resistance. We measure resistance in ohms, which was invented by this guy. When the material has a high resistance, it's considered an insulator. When it has a low resistance, it's considered a conductor. So the author asked the question, is your tongue an insulator or a conductor? And to find out, we're going to use our multimeter. Let's go ahead and insert the probes into the correct spots and then setting the range to 200k ohms. By selecting this range, we're only measuring up to that value, but we can't go any higher. So in the case that it is higher, you're gonna get an OL, which is what I got at first, so I adjusted it to 2 million ohms. This is where I ran into my first problem. It just keeps climbing. I don't know what, it just keeps climbing, so I don't know if I should be... I'm just gonna go with 0.200 because it keeps climbing. Now the next thing is that I'm supposed to basically do it again, dry my tongue and then measure and see what it says. Now here's the thing, in the book, he says that when it's drier, it should be reading higher. So I don't know if my multimeter is broken. What I was trying to say is that more moisture should basically have a lower resistance, and a lower resistance would allow more electricity to go through. So why were all my readings different every time? Why weren't they the same? So this is funny because the next thing he brings up in the book, a successful experiment should give you the same results every time. When you have something like the tongue test, there's so many different factors such as the moisture of your tongue, the distance between the probes, What this does is it creates a bunch of what they're called as uncontrolled variables. He then goes to give you an example of holding the probes from 1/4 inch closer to each other to like 1 inch further apart and getting the results. I was having some issues with that. I also tried it on my arm because it gives you different resistances on different parts of your body, but it also talks about the pressure that you put on the actual probe. I don't know if it's my multimeter that's broken or maybe my tongue that's broken, but I think on the next experiment, we're gonna get a lot more knowledge behind resistance because we're gonna be talking about resistors. That's it for the first experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them down in the comments. Also down in the comments, let me know if you guys learned anything, if there's anything that you want changed in this type of series that I'm making. And also if you have any tips for me, let me know down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.